All right, welcome to Two Guys, One Take. My name is Noah. This is Turner, recently returned from an African safari
Yes.
voyage. We will get
hmm
into that. But first, we need to address that the Oklahoma City Thunder, with ease, are going to the finals. And I'm
Yeah.
excited about it. They're a great
Uh,
team. How are you feeling?
I'm excited about it as well. The only thing I'm not excited about is I hit my first bet in like probably the first time this month, and I at least put down a bet every day, which is really bad, but it's not that much money.
No,
So
it's
yeah,
good
I
to bet
took
every day. FanDuel, if
it
you're
is.
listening, we'd love to tell people to bet every day.
Yes, for sure. Um, Give us that ad read. But I took the Timberwolves plus 15 and a half. Yeah, they lost by 30. I
They're
just want
losing
to
by 30
say,
the whole game.
yeah, I just want to say, I knew OKC wasn't, or I knew OKC was going to win, but I didn't know that they were going to win in that fashion. I got to the point where SGA kept getting fouled, and I was like, get off the fucking floor, man. Like, I get you're getting fouled, but you don't have to fall on your ass every time, you fucking pussy ass bitch. But other than that, man, it was pretty good. Nas Reed, did you just win six man and you're like, sick, I'm done for this season. Let's fucking
Peace.
give the ball to fucking Anthony Edwards and fucking see what goes on. Dante didn't show up. Rudy Gobert, thanks for taking a pay cut, but you should probably go fucking do a different team. Um, Julius Randle, yeah, sick 24 points. Yep. Jaden McDaniels, why are you shooting so much? You're a defensive player. But that's about all I got. Um, yeah.
Welcome to the roast of the Timberwolves.
That and the other thing I have is Chet Holmgren. If you ever seen his points plus rebounds, over under, take the over. That's what I got.
Shout out Chet for that. J Dub and Shea, the last two games of this series were both unstoppable, especially last game for J Dub. So shout out to them. Shout out to this team for kind of just growing up this season quickly. I mean, this is like Chet's super young, J Dub's super young, both in the same draft. Shea's been around for a little bit longer, but pretty impressive for them to run through the West like this. In retrospect, not to bring up a team that's been out for a while, but in retrospect, it's pretty crazy that basically just Jokic and a cast of misfit toys took this team to 7 games, like took them to the brink, and this is by far the best team that we have left. So shout out to the Thunder. Congrats. This team might actually get it done and get them their first championship. I'm tired of seeing a one next
Yeah.
to their championships when that was one in Seattle. Um, it's kind of annoying. That's the
Yeah.
only thing about the Thunder that pisses me off is that they get to claim all the Seattle history,
They
um,
shouldn't.
which just makes no sense. But you know,
Have you seen the thing
that's
of
the rule.
they keep asking Gary Payton if they want to retire his jersey and he's like, no, it's I didn't play for OKC. I played for the Seattle Supersonics.
Yeah. And when
Respect.
they get when they get a team in Seattle again, I'm sure Gary and Kemp will have their uniforms retired
We have
immediately.
to. And
Um,
Detlef.
but
Get Detlefs retired.
retire everybody. Anybody who was on the team, you can't have a number anymore. No numbers are available. Um,
KD, Russ,
yep. Go ahead and
retire
let.
them all.
I have a KD. This is off topic, but I have a KD alternate universe theory that if the Sonics never left, he would have just spent his entire career there, and
Dude, why wouldn't he?
never would have bounced around.
Imagine the
Um,
chain of dispensaries he would have.
KD's exactly everywhere. They'd be
Yeah,
everywhere.
the
Um,
KDs.
KD's Kush.
Did you know Nikhil Alexander Walker's cousin is Shea? Gilgis
Oh,
Alexander?
is that right?
Yeah, I think they brought it up like one time, but
I don't
yeah,
think I heard anybody say that, but I'm happy you're bringing it up because now this is a fun fact for me
you
to
heard it
know.
here first. You heard it here first.
Yes, Shay. and Nikhil Alexander Walker, they are related. Um, Cousins actually.
Yeah, they were playing one on one at cookouts, man. I still don't know
Yeah,
who fucking Father Alexander Walker is, or
yeah.
Gilgis Alexander. I don't even fucking know.
Still waiting on that. And just to get ahead of it, the first time that the Rams play on Monday Night Football, you heard it here first. Matthew Stafford and Clayton Kershaw went to the same high school and played baseball together. So,
Yeah, that's actually a good topic because Clayton Kershaw pitched today.
yep. And I watched it, and I regret to inform the public and also my childhood that he is cooked,
Washed.
completely washed up, which is to be expected. He's old, but yeah, watching him, the Guardians were squaring everything up,
Yeah,
all of it. It was all hard
yeah,
contact. Um, but anyway, the Thunder,
yeah.
congrats to the Thunder. Not really much to talk about this game. It was a blowout from the very beginning to the very end.
I
So
don't think
we will
I don't really
switch gears
want to talk about it. I don't want to
straight
talk
to
about it.
the straight to the Pacers because this was a lot more fun. Halliburton, this was the the best game I've ever seen him play. He's played some awesome games, but this was fucking awesome. 15
Hmm.
assists, 30 plus points, triple
30,
double,
32.
32, triple
Damn.
double, no turnovers, zero. And he runs the whole show. He's got the ball on every play that he's in, 15 assists, so he's moving the ball, and he didn't turn it over one single time.
Crazy.
That is
Fucking crazy.
ridiculous. They threw up the graphic. I think it was only one other person in the playoffs has done that since they tracked all of these things, and it was Jokic. So, I mean, that's pretty insane company. I was listening to a podcast the other day where they were basically saying this is a league where you have the best player and you have like the stars, a top 10 player, a top 15 player. That's when you expect them to get to the finals, and they were kind of saying that the Pacers don't have that. Yes, they do. Halliburton's definitely a top 15 player in the league. He
No,
just plays in
100%.
the list, so people don't pay attention to him during the regular season. But
Yeah.
they have a top 15 player, and they have a top five player, Benedict Mathurin. So
Oh, yes. Dude, I was about to say, how are you not going to shout out the boy? The
yeah,
number one. This is the Benny. Welcome to the Benedict Matherin podcast. We are
yes,
your hosts.
yes,
Yeah, Benny had a fucking game, dude. 22
20
and
points
2, 12
in like
minutes.
12 minutes.
Shut the fuck up, Benny. What did you do? He's on that Stephon Diggs pink stuff. We'll get to that later. But yeah, fucking Benny, dude. Benny went crazy. Pascal Siakam is turning up this series. I don't.
Yeah,
He took a little time to get going. Needed to hit the choke on the lawnmower. Yeah, he went crazy. 32 and 5. But dude, Tyrese Halliburton, 32, 12 and 15. What the fuck are you on? He's on that Jokic shit for sure. I don't know
and they
how
let
he
his
was.
dad back in the building.
Yeah, dude, they kept panning to his dad, and I'm like, oh god, keep him up there.
Father Halliburton, keep him away from courtside.
Bro, they kept saying they don't want him. They don't know if they want him to go on the road. I'm like, he can go on the road. Just put him in a suite, dog. They don't want to pay for a suite.
They talk
He,
about him. They talk about him like he's a dog that bit somebody, and they need to like be careful who they have over to the house. They're like, yeah, I don't know if we can take uh, Halliburton Senior away from the house just yet. He still needs to gain our trust.
like he's a criminal. Man. That's tough. That's tough. Don't put him on the fucking court, then, man. I mean,
Yeah, he stepped
he's
to
all.
Giannis.
Just to go back to that, he's really lucky he stepped to Giannis. Like any other man, I think would have probably swung at him.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Uh,
NBA players that I think would have just assumed he was just some guy and probably like put their hands on him.
yeah,
Giannis, like you could see him like Terminator brain, like looking at him, like assessing what he should do and what would happen if
yeah.
he did lay his hands on him, and he decided against it, thankfully. Um, but shout out
Dude,
to Mr. Halliburton and shout out to other Mr. Halliburton.
I'm really glad this series is good though. I mean, it is 3-1, but at least we haven't been seeing
They've
blowout
all
games
been
like we have.
competitive.
Yeah, we haven't seen any blowouts like in the Thunder series. OG and Carl Towns have been fucking grinding for this team. Jalen Brunson is still just forcing everything, which it really hurts
Yeah.
sometimes to watch. But he is the team, I guess. I'd almost rather see him not do the things he does and just kind of work through Cat and OG. Um, I don't know if you heard the thing how they were talking about how Josh Hart was saying that it's better for the team if Mitchell starts instead of him.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I believe that because he's still playing 35 minutes a game. Uh, I don't know. I like watching the series. I like watching the Knicks play. I don't know what they're missing. Um, Other than Jalen Brunson forcing everything, I think if they play a little bit more team oriented basketball, I
Yes.
think they'll be a little bit better. Like you look at the Knicks and you look at the Pacers, like guy for guy, they're pretty similar.
They're
But
even.
like yeah, but like we've said all series, all playoffs, the Pacers just fucking play harder, man. You can just tell that they want it.
And
And
they don't turn the ball over. It's not just
oh
Halliburton.
no,
Like they play this like chaotic style of like motion, almost like it's different because the 3-point shooters aren't as good, but like they almost run like this motion offense like the Warriors did in like 14 through 18, where it's all moving, it's kind of hectic, but the Warriors turn the ball over a lot during that because it's hectic and people are moving. The Pacers just don't turn it over. That's what's so
no,
impressive.
yeah, and they don't force anything. Like
Yep.
the Knicks forced a lot of fucking shots. Like Cat was taking some desperation threes. Even
Yeah.
Brunson, like just bringing the ball barely past half court and shooting a three. The only one that really takes good shots, in my opinion, is OG.
hmm
And I don't know why
He
that
picks his
is,
spots. Him and
but
McHale pick their spots. Um,
yeah.
I
Same with Josh Hart, I guess. Whenever he gets a fucking pull up in the corner and he wants to act like Russell Westbrook for a second,
It does look like that when he shoots it.
it
Sorry,
does.
Russ.
Sorry,
The
Josh.
sorry, sorry to one of you, to both of you. Sorry about that. Um, for the Knicks, I think it goes back to what we said during the Pistons series, which is they need a little. They need somebody to bring them some offensive creativity. I don't know if it's like an assistant because like Tibbs is obviously going to keep his job and he should. He's gotten them to the conference finals through the Celtics. Like I get it, but I still just feel like a better offensive mind that's a little bit less stuck in their system and how they do things and stubborn could unlock this like starting five the way it's normally constructed with Cat at the five and Mitch coming off the bench. I just feel like they could get a lot more out of their offense. It could be there just could be a lot more success other than like even when they are scoring a lot, it feels like it takes a lot of effort. Whereas like with the Pacers, it feels like it's pretty effortless a lot of the time. And that some of that has to do with the Knicks defense just not being good in this series, but it also has to do with Pacers know who they are. They're well coached. Like Rick Carlisle gets everybody in the right spot. He obviously instills confidence in all of them because like Nemhard hasn't played well this series, but like he's still pulling up with confidence, getting open shots. They get him the ball. Like they obviously believe in each other. So Pacers have just been really good. But for the Knicks, I feel like I've been saying this all season with them, but like when they do a Brunson Cat like pick and roll and they get people moving, that's when they're at their best because there's kickouts, there's drives to be had. Cat can go out to the 3-point line. He can cut to the basket. When they collapse on the paint like that, then OG and McHale and Hart are open for three, or Deuce McBride, whoever's out there. I don't know why they don't do it more. Um, they haven't all season though, so like I don't expect it to change. All of that being said, would you be surprised if the Knicks won Game Five and we were back in Indiana for Game Six?
No,
Not at
I wouldn't
all.
at all. Not at all. I kind of hope they do. Um,
Yeah, these teams are
Shout
just
out
so
Landry.
even.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say shout out Landry Shame. I just realized he got some more. Him and fucking him and campaign look pretty similar. I'm not gonna lie. If
De-
you pull out,
DeLon Wright.
yeah, I
DeLon
feel like
Wright's getting some run.
every time I fucking watch these games, it's on my phone, so I'm just like just watching whoever, and I'm like, yeah,
Who's
it could be
that?
campaign, could be Landry Shamet.
Could be DeLon Wright.
I just know that 5'10" guy is Jalen Brunson.
And you know the guy that is throwing his legs around everywhere and making weird faces is Cat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yes,
Earlier
sir.
today, I was trying to convince myself that the Knicks season is just over and that maybe they'll panic if this next game is bad and they'll try to move Cat because Cat is extension eligible after this season. And I think it's going to be a really big number because he's really good. So I was
Oh yeah.
messing around on the trade machine, found a found a way to get Cat to the Suns, and I'm just going to put it out in the universe. Um, Kevin Durant for Towns and Tyler Kolek works financially. So whoever needs to get on the phone from Phoenix, I think they should be doing that immediately after game 5 if it goes badly.
I think you need to pick up the phone, man. Call someone. Who can you
I think
call?
I need to be in a front office
Just send him a screenshot.
of the trade machine. Be like, this works financially. Check it
It
out.
works. Why haven't you done it yet?
Yeah, what's stopping you? Um,
Yeah.
I need
Also,
another game. I need game 6 because I need more Chalamet fit picks.
yeah. Chalamet. Yeah, Chalamet's a dog. He looked like Guy Fieri if Guy Fieri was
A professional
like
bowler.
20 years old. Exactly. Oh, who do you think you are? I am. Uh, yeah,
Exactly.
I need some more Chalamet. I love that he always sits baseline. He doesn't even sit sideline.
Yeah.
I don't know if you also saw McAfee, yeah,
Yes.
McCaffrey, randomly fucking calling out him and Ben Stiller and I forgot
Yeah.
who else, but that was random. I didn't know you could just cuss
Spike Lee.
openly without having. Do you think he gets fined? He has to get fined for that shit.
I don't know because he works for ESPN and then he gets to do what he wants. They kind of just tell him to do what he wants, and then he's like kind of a god in Indianapolis. So
Dude, it's
uh,
crazy. He
they
just
just
does
leave
whatever
him
he wants, and
alone.
then I don't know if you saw on draft night, he fucking was hitting a dab pen, and like just
Yeah,
randomly. But
yeah, he
whatever,
was taking
dude.
his vitamins. He
Good for him.
Yeah,
Good for him.
he doesn't the rules don't really apply to him. They kind of haven't for a while. Honestly, people get mad about it. I'm just jealous. That sounds like an awesome job. He gets to go on ESPN and basically be like "fuck you" to
Yeah,
anybody,
exactly.
and that's it. So I mean,
Yeah.
good for him. But yeah, I'm hoping for more games out of this series since the West Finals ended so abruptly and with such big blowouts. This is just a more fun series. So
Also, question: is this the last time we're gonna see NBA on TNT?
it is, yeah, the last time for unless they get it back later, like down like years from now, because the
Sad.
finals is on ESPN. So
Sad, man.
yeah, we're not gonna get NBA on TNT.
We're
I mean,
not
I
getting the
think
boys either, right? The
ESPN is letting them do their show on ESPN next year.
oh, sick.
Uh, so it's gonna be same show: Ernie, Chuck, Shaq, and my guy Kenny the
Your
Jet.
dog, your dog's still gonna have a job.
Yeah, I talked to Chuck today, and he told me that they gave him a call from the ESPN offices, and I translated
Huge,
for him, and we worked it all out.
huge.
Um, yeah, he's got
That's
a huge contract.
yeah. Gotta pay rent
So
somehow, man.
yeah, this dude's living rent free
But
in here.
I think we need to revert from calling him Carl Anthony Towns and just calling him Carl Anthony or just Carl
Carl Anthony.
Towns.
Yeah,
Because
did you think? I saw the
yeah,
tweet. Did you think his last name was Anthony Towns?
yeah, I think most people did, which is crazy. But I've always read it,
I did not
and
think
it's
that.
like Carl space Anthony and or Carl dash Anthony and then Towns. So
Yeah,
it just that fucked with me.
I don't know why that threw everybody for a loop. His last name on his jersey literally just says Towns.
God, that's wild. I didn't even think about that either. That's such a fucking brain fart. So is his dad Carl Towns? He just doesn't want the senior, and Carl
I
Jr. Should we
I
call him
guess
Carl
I'm
Jr.? Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr. and Hardy's.
Yeah,
Um,
Nari. Carl's
yeah,
Jr.
those
Towns.
shout out to those commercials back in the day. Uh, yeah, Carl. I like calling him Carl, or I just call him Cat or
Big
Big Purr.
Purr. Big
Big
Purr.
Purr. They started calling me Big Purr. Like, what the
Dude,
fuck?
I just watched that
Um,
video. Like, they just started calling me Big Purr. I don't know what that's all about. So fucking
yeah,
funny.
of course. Yeah, those edits of him being zesty are the best. And then I really like the whatever teenager on TikTok is putting together like the Shay aura like edits is killing me too.
Yeah.
That shit makes me laugh. So
And the Haliban ones, dude. That's fucking awesome.
yeah, these people are creative. I like it.
These people are crazy. Shout out PJ Tucker too. Um,
Yes,
yes.
yes. That's why we need
Uh,
the Knicks to survive, is so that I can just keep seeing PJ being a
PJ
bulldog.
coaching, man. PJ being a bulldog. And for all of you out there, moving on, hopefully this series gets good. But happy Skenes Day. Skenes did what he did best. 6 2/3, 4 hits, no runs, 7 strikeouts. Um, Livy Dunn is his girlfriend, and Noah, you have I heard Noah. So today on my wildland safari, um,
Yeah,
listen. Okay, I just need to talk about that for a sec.
maybe go through the safari. Yeah,
Yeah. So me being as good as I am at my job, I get rewarded with these trips. So basically, we just go drink a bunch and do random shit. So this week was, or this month was a wildland safari. Um, so I'm in the middle of Roseburg, Oregon. I don't know if you know where that is, but there definitely shouldn't be giraffes and elephants there for sure. Um, yeah, so I'm just fucking, I'm having the time of my life. I'm pretty buzzed. Just, we're driving through, seeing all these things, and I'm watching Skeens fucking pitch, and the day couldn't get any better. Um, Other than the Mets blowing the worst fucking game I've ever seen. But yeah, happy Skeens Day. No, I didn't get to listen to it either. Noah filled me in on some stuff that the
yeah.
announcer said. But the Pirates are winning back-to-back series, and road to 30, man. Road to 30. But
Road
more
to
from
30
Noah.
for the Pirates. Road to 30 for the Pirates. I'm hyped. Um, I'd like to say that I know Turner had a few drinks because he sent me a text during this game that said the Pirates are going to win the NL Central. So I I would love to see that happen. That would be fucking awesome.
Hey, I did the math, man. They're only 14 games behind the Cubs right now.
If we could just play 14 straight games against the Cubs and win all of them, we could be right
Literally.
there.
Dude, the tough games are behind us. That's all I gotta say.
Yep, the schedule really eases up for the next 100 games for the Pirates. I was looking to. Um, yeah, the Diamondbacks announcers. Somebody needs to put a shot collar on those boys. They were barking. The dogs were barking when Livy Dunn was on camera. I will just say. So I guess Paul Skeens, who, as we mentioned, is dating Livy Dunn. She was at the game, obviously, as she always is whenever he starts, and it was in Arizona. I guess he has a relationship with the Arizona Diamondbacks manager, Torey Lovella, kind of like a mentorship thing. Torey Lovella was the All Star manager, and Skeens started, and I guess they have some sort of connection. And so before the game, Skeens went and met outside like the locker room area with outside the clubhouse area with his girlfriend to go talk to him for a little bit. And this was mentioned from the sideline reporter, and then the announcer was like, "Oh, so she was down by the clubhouse, like down by the concourse." And they were like, "Yeah." And he was like, well, I'm a little disappointed that nobody filled us in and had us. I would have loved to go down there and gotten the chance to meet her. And then they cut the camera to her, and he goes, "She's just great. She's great," which is old man baseball
So
announcer talk for put a shot collar on me before I fucking.
she's just great, man. Look at her.
He's great.
Look at her
What
in
a
all her
nice young
glory.
woman.
You ever?
What a nice
She
young
does
woman.
gymnastics. Yeah,
Yeah.
I recently got into gymnastics.
Once I found out she does gymnastics, I I got
Huge
really I became a
fan.
big fan. I have a
Huge
jersey. What do
fan.
you call them? Leotards. I have one of those.
Yep.
Um, yeah.
I
So
have.
just needed to just public service announcement. If you're listening to the Diamondbacks game, just watch out for those boys. Something's going on down south. Um,
Something's going on down south.
But in the game for real though, I watched a lot of this Pirates game while I was working today because I had money on the Pirates because I bet on them whenever Skenes pitches, and which is
You
that's
have
by the way
to.
that's my system. If I look at the game for the day and Skenes is pitching, I bet on the Pirates. That's my expert analysis. Um,
FanDuel. FanDuel DraftKings.
yeah, Fansel
Hear
DraftKings.
this? Do you hear
Do you
this?
hear this
This
analysis?
is
I could make
compelling
you
shit.
guys a ton of money. The But the game was wildly entertaining because the Pirates just beat up on the Diamondbacks, which was awesome.
Yeah, that is fucking awesome. Isaiah Connor Falefa. He is the man. He is the reason that we are coming back from the grave. Also, I want to shout out Henry Davis. Man was a first number, I think a number one overall pick a couple years ago.
He was a
Yeah,
number one overall
everyone's
pick.
been saying everyone's saying he's a wash, but I don't think that if you have 4+ RBIs in 2 games, you're a wash. So fuck
Yeah,
the haters. Um, yeah, O'Neal Cruz is balling. I just want to say one thing about O'Neal Cruz. Have you ever seen his elbow guard? You know how it's like
yeah,
red and yellow? Um,
yeah.
do you know what it says on it?
No.
Yeah, it says the monkey. I don't know if that's his
So he's the
nickname.
monkey.
I guess that's his nickname.
Okay. He probably listens to
Yep.
Skrilla a lot, so I get it.
Yep, that's exactly what I thought too. So,
Because that's the only other time I've heard monkey used in a good way. So
yeah. Yeah.
we'll
I
leave it
was
at
about to
that.
say shout out shout out O'Neal Cruz. Yeah. Also, I know how Noah brought up that I had a drunk thought that the Pirates were going to win the NL Central. I also had a drunk thought that I was scared that O'Neal Cruz was going to leave the Pirates to go to the Yankees, and then I was just imagining him hitting a fucking 125-mile-an-hour plus ball into the right field stands at that weird guy that does the bleacher creature thing, and he would probably fucking murder someone. So yeah, that's what was going through my head. Kind of a scary thought, but
Yeah, you gave me that thought, which I wish there was like a MLB trade machine similar to the NBA trade machine, so I could have figured out a way to get Paul Skeens and O'Neal Cruz to the Yankees this year.
you just give up
Just for
everyone except for Judge.
we just give you all prospects that are worth a shit.
Every
Um,
draft pick until 2030.
yeah, dude, don't you want Spencer Jones, dude? He's tall.
Yeah,
You can
I
just
do.
you can have him. Um, but yeah, so I mean, you brought that to my attention. Obviously, I would love to have I guess the monkey
Oh,
to come meet the bleacher creatures. They
yes.
could maybe be friends, but you know, um, speaking of the Yankees currently playing right now, winning 1-0 in Anaheim against the Angels last night. Devin gave me a heart attack nearly. So Devin Williams, this has been a roller coaster with Devin Williams since the day we traded for him. He's just been up and down. His stuff is nasty. The change is nasty, but when you throw it, directly into the other team's bat path and it's breaking into the barrel, then you're going to have issues. So, um, Luke Weaver, our closer, wasn't available last night. He had pitched in three straight. So Devin Williams had to come to the rescue. He came in with a 3-0 lead, and he had an easy save. We won 3-2. So
Oh
no,
my
totally
god,
normal
man.
save from Devin Williams. Nothing to worry about.
I love watching Yankees games and they're up, and then as soon as they pan to the bullpen and Devin Williams is warming up, I immediately text you. I'm like, Devin.
And I get scared every time I get
You text me, you're like, I'm so fucking scared right now.
scared. Every time he comes in, I get like a real feeling of fear. Like when you
You
get like a real
should, dude.
fear, like you're walking at night and something weird happens behind you and you shouldn't be out anyway and you get like real fear. That's how I feel when Devin is warming up. I
Devin.
get true fear. So thank God he held on last night. Um,
Dude, well,
and
I don't know if you heard, but when they were talking about, they're like, yeah, they kept saying the airbender, the airbender.
yeah,
And then as soon as I forgot who it was that hit the home run, they're like, oh, shouldn't have left that
Yon
one out in the
Moncada.
middle. Yep.
Yeah,
Yoan
Yon
Moncada.
Moncada, who was supposed to be awesome with the White Sox. I didn't forget.
Yeah.
Now he's with the Angels, which is where everybody who was supposed to be awesome goes. I
Yeah.
was giving the Angels a lot of love last week because they were on a win streak, and I love Ron Washington, but they are bad. Watching them this series, they are bad. They are basically like if an NFL team never had any draft picks, but they just took everybody else's first round picks that sort of worked but didn't after 5 years. That's
Yep.
essentially their team. They have like Chris Taylor, Yon Moncada, Tim Anderson. Uh, they've got just a really strange, like group of players. I can't wrap my mind around it. Um,
Hmm.
and then Mike Trout is hurt and just sits there,
Sad.
which sucks. But um, last little baseball thing: Bryce Harper gets hit in the elbow. Looks like he's gonna miss some time. Spencer Strider hit him right in the elbow, which I think he had surgery on this offseason. So get
Tough.
better soon, Bryce. I like when Bryce is playing baseball. And Spencer Strider, honestly, fuck
Didn't
you, man. That guy.
Didn't Zach Wheeler throw it Acuna though? I saw something about that.
I don't think I saw. I as an Acuna guy, I probably should know this, but I did not see that.
Yeah, he hit him because Wheeler pitched. Wheeler pitched today. So
Yeah, Wheeler pitched today. Maybe
yeah,
somebody threw something at Acuna. Well, Strider basically said it wasn't on purpose. He just like lost control of the ball, um,
I don't know
which
what's
happens. But
everyone's beef with Bryce.
I don't know.
I still love that video where he charges the mound and like fucking throws the his helmet into the
But it goes
bleachers.
way over there.
Yeah, it's so he had so much intent behind it, but it just
It
didn't
just
work
flung
out.
out of his hand. And yeah, I mean he's a hothead. He always has been. But I just something about Strider I don't like. I think Strider is like really annoying. He gives me like engineer vibes, like I
Quadzilla
something like
though.
yeah, Quadzilla. But he gives me like I don't know. You go to go ask like an engineer a question. He gives me like a vibe of you wouldn't want to talk to this guy. He's annoying. That's how he
Yeah.
feels to me. So. Uh,
He seems like he would
Sorry,
just
sorry,
mansplain
Spencer.
everything. You just
That's yes,
mansplain. Yeah.
yeah. Like that's he just bothers me. Something about him really
And then he
bothers me.
stands on the mound all weird too.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know
like
how the
we get
fuck
it,
you do
man. You
that.
got you got the big quads, but like, dude, why are the pants that tight? There's
Yeah, they're pretty fucking tight. Speaking of tight
no
pants,
reason.
man, fucking Devin had some pretty tight pants last night too.
Yeah, I don't know if he's
He's
trying to switch up the look. I know he's
he
big on like his looks. He got the beard thing taken away, so we can have beards now. Thank God. That saved Carlos Rodon's career, by the way. The fact that he can have a beard is honestly the reason that I think he's been so fucking awesome this year. Um,
I was about to say,
Yankees
dude.
fans were legitimately asking last season, do you think if Rodon had a beard, he would be better? And we got the answer. It's yes.
It is yes. I was about to say, shout out Rodon. Every time he's been pitching, I know he's started off shaky, but every time he's been pitching now, he's been fucking nails. I think he's third in the MLB in strikeouts
Yeah,
now. I don't think anyone's really gonna touch fucking Scoobs, but Rodon has been doing it for the boys.
yeah.
Which comes back to another point, man. Imagine if you had
No,
fucking
Scoops is the man.
if Garrett. Imagine if Garrett Cole was healthy, dude. It'd be crazy.
I know. I know. I think about that pretty much every day because we're really good anyway. We've like survived, with the injuries to Jazz, to Oswaldo, to everybody. But the Garrett thing just really makes me sad because Freed and Rodon have both been so, so good. And then
Yeah,
Heel is thrown off a mound again. God bless
Cookie.
me. And then Clark Schmidt threw a gem today. If we just had Rodon in the mix, or not Rodon, Cole in the mix, man. Oh God, don't remind me of Cookie. But if we just had, you know, our king Garrett Cole in the mix, we'd be unstoppable. Mariners level rotation at that point.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, when was the last time Cookie pitched? I feel like I haven't watched him pitch in a while.
We sent him down. We optioned him down to AAA.
I love
Yeah, no more
that's the best
Cookie.
nickname. Cookie Carrasco.
Makes me think of Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. When they called that guy Cookie.
Cookie. Sick ass
Was it
baseball
Cookie and
talk.
Moe's? Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Oh wait, I have another thing. I actually would like to see the Mets lose every game because I love listening to Frank the Tank talk about him. I was scrolling through his page today, his profile, looking for something about the Mets and him calling Juan Soto fat. But he just complained about the subway, uh, which is cool, I guess,
Yeah,
if you
he's
live in New
over it.
York. Yeah, he's over it. How does the subway break down? I don't know. Sounds scary. But fuck the Mets, fuck Juan
Don't
Soto.
know.
Yeah. On to some pop culture
Let's
stuff.
talk
Actually,
Stephon Diggs.
one more baseball thing. Noah, do you know
All right.
what Aaron's score is?
I lost you. Didn't hear
Do you
what you
know
said.
who Terrence Gore is? Are we still there?
We are now.
Okay. Do you know who Terrence Gore is?
I do. I do
Yeah.
know Terrence Gore.
Okay. For the public, if you don't know who Terrence Gore is, he's a three-time World Series champion. Uh, he has 120 appearances, one career RBI. He has more World Series rings than Ted Williams, Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Barry Bonds, and Mike Trout, all combined. Yeah, he's just a pinch runner. He's literally just been passed around like
Yep.
fucking like Bonnie Blue as a pinch runner, and he just does his job. I just shout out that guy. This is the first time I've been hearing of him. So that's the last baseball
Terrence
thing I got.
Gore, Bonnie Blue comparisons. This is
Same
why we're
person.
here.
This is why we're here. And before we get into the digs, I just want to say a lot of Pittsburgh media, a lot of NFL media in general is pretty pissed that Aaron Rodgers didn't show up to OTAs, which doesn't make any fucking sense to me because he's not on the team. So how
Yeah.
can you be pissed about that? But the Steelers GOAT, Terry Bradshaw, four-time Super Bowl champion, um, he goes, quote, that guy needs to stay in California, go somewhere and chew on bark, whisper to the gods out there. That's crazy, man. How are you going to tell someone to go chew on bark? That's
I
fucking
don't
awesome.
even know. I don't even know what to say to Terry on that because that's if that's a. I mean, I know he's dead ass about that.
Oh, yeah.
Um, I think it's pretty funny that I was seeing the Pittsburgh fans being like, "Where's Aaron?" It's like, dude, he hasn't fucking signed. He's not on the team. He's
Yeah,
not on the
this
team.
doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
It's going to be awesome when Aaron signs a day before the season.
Yeah, dude, I'll take it. I'll fucking take it. And he was Terry Bradshaw was also out here fucking defending Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, Terry's a little out of touch with the modern game. We'll
Yeah,
just say.
just a little bit. Just a little bit. There's a reason he's
Isn't
on.
the
I mean, he
isn't the
doesn't
best
ring.
moment of Terry's career the immaculate reception, which literally was like a bad pass that and was that Terry that threw that?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
it was Terry. He also doing that. He single-handedly ended the Oakland Raiders, in my opinion.
Yes.
Kind of just gave him a curse. Uh,
Yes.
Terry's a dog, though, dude. How he went back to
Yeah, he
back
is.
twice. He went back to back twice.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but he did have the best defense of all time, which is pretty relevant for all of the Steelers quarterbacks.
He had a good
Um,
reality show for a little bit with his
was
daughters.
Yeah, weird. My parents love that shit for some reason, but yeah. And then weird video surfacing that everyone's talking about. I know Mike Vrabel had some stuff to say about it.
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs is recently with Cardi B on a yacht.
His
Cardi B and
girlfriend, Cardi
yeah,
B.
his girlfriend Cardi B. They're he's on a yacht with a bunch of other women that none of them are Cardi B, for some reason, and he's holding this pink substance. And for those who don't know, that pink substance is called Tusi or pink cocaine. It's a psychoactive drug. That's all we got on it. But
Yeah.
yeah, Stephon Diggs missed OTAs to do psychedelic drugs on a yacht with a bunch of
Oh,
other women that are not his girlfriend.
allegedly. Allegedly. This is what the video alleges. Um,
Oh,
the girls on the yacht. Let's start there.
okay.
One of them is Cardi B, but she's not in this video. But she
Yeah,
is in later videos
she is.
doing what you would expect from Cardi B. Um, seeing videos like this kind of makes me understand like if she was doing this often, like having Offset come to things like this, kind of makes me less confused on why he just kept cheating on her and getting away with it. Um, this video in particular, to me, it looks like Diggs is trying to educate these women on this drug and how they shouldn't do all of it at once. He's basically saying, "Hey, slow down. This is what we have. I have this what looks to be this pink cocaine, but we don't need to do it all at once. And I personally will not be doing any of it because I need to go be wide receiver one for Drake May."
Yes.
Um, that was my interpretation of the video. However, I could see how it might look like Stephon Diggs is doing a bunch of pink cocaine with a bunch of Instagram models. Why do we call them Instagram models and not just hookers?
Why do we call them Instagram models and not just fucking sex slaves, man?
I mean,
Why?
what is there a reason? Because I personally am having a hard time distinguishing between the two. Um,
Well, at first they were OnlyFans models, and then
uh,
that was to like up front. So then they went to Instagram models.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know, man.
But
Whatever
the thing
brings in a
is,
fucking paycheck.
at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you boil it all down. These women are escorts. So,
Yes.
I mean, good for you, Stefan. I'm
Yep.
happy you're
And
having a good time on a yacht.
Mike Vrabel had something to say about it.
I did see
Not
that.
too not too sure what he had to say about it.
He basically was saying they're going to look into it, and that they'll figure out why he's not at OTAs and that he's aware of the video. Which, if I'm Diggs, Vrabel is kind of scary. So I don't really want to be on Vrabes' bad side. Vrabes is seems like he means business. And I saw some videos of the young New England receivers dropping the ball a lot today. And somebody on X said, if only they had a mentor, like maybe a wide receiver one of sorts, like maybe
Yeah,
Stephon Diggs, except for that he's on a
maybe
boat with a bunch of,
mentoring.
he's on the boat mentoring a bunch of Instagram women on how to properly, do pink cocaine safely. So
Yes.
he's actually honing his mentoring skills. He's ready now to go into the young receiver room and mentor them.
Yeah,
Uh,
maybe he'll bring some pink cocaine for his young receivers.
could be a bonding experience.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll all have a
I
good trip.
I bet he brings it up to Drake May, and Drake May's like, I don't know, man. I've never done anything like this. He's like, just try it, man.
Drake
You
May's
see
like,
what
here's my high school girlfriend and all my brothers. I never left North Carolina, and now I'm in New England. Please stay away from me with that shit.
he said? You saw what Aaron Rodgers did on this shit, man? Your turn.
Yeah, time to turn you into Aaron Rodgers, buddy. Get ready to learn Aaron Rodgers. Um, yeah, this has been quite the video. I'm excited to see what Diggs says about it when he does have to speak to media because it will come up.
You know he has some out of pocket shit. I mean, he made Offset look like he was a saint. So,
So far, yeah, it's been pretty interesting.
yeah. So fucking far. Well,
What
shit,
else do we
man.
got?
I don't know. Caitlin Clark's out for 2 weeks, so the WNBA is gonna, their ratings are gonna
Yeah,
plummet. Sorry, but I'm just being real.
yeah,
Still love the WNBA.
that kind of takes
Sorry.
me. That takes me as a casual fan mostly out of the equation, other than hating on Angel Reese, um,
Yeah.
which is pretty easy to do. Uh, I have one more football thing. One more football thing. Caleb Williams addressed the media for the first time since the book and like all that came out, or whatever the article from the book about how he wanted to go to the Vikings maybe, and then he went and met with the Bears, and it all kind of felt right. I thought he gave a good answer. People are kind of hating on it. It was kind of politician-y, but he basically was saying, like, look, I met with the Vikings first, and I thought Kevin O'Connell was awesome, which obviously you're going to think that he's the man. And then I met with the Bears second, and I decided that this is a challenge that I want to take on. The interview with Carl, his pops, happened between those two things, and Carl got a little loose with the mic. And you know what? It happens. So, he basically was saying, hey, if your kid was about to, be drafted, you would maybe want to make sure they're in the best situation too. So take it easy on Carl.
They need to
Um,
give
I
Carl
hope
the
they can.
Halliburton senior treatment, man. Just get his ass out of there.
They need to treat him like a dog. Yeah, Carl bit another reporter, so we can't let him around any guys writing books for at least another year. Yeah,
Carl, you're not an agent.
that makes perfect sense.
Your son is out of college now. He is an adult. Let him live. You have no say in
They
his life
talk
anymore.
about
I'm sorry.
they talk about these dads like they're pit bulls. Oh my God. It's so bad. It's so bad. They basically are just like, yeah, Halliburton's dad. Yeah, he got into it again with another pup, but he'll
Another
be
pup.
back at the park soon.
Who's the next dad to
Yeah.
surface in the media? God, we should put out a
Ooh,
poll. Ooh,
ooh, next dad.
it's got to be
Um,
a young dad. Um, I'm gonna say Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart dad.
Jackson Dart.
Mm-hmm.
What about Diesel?
Oh, what about Diesel? What's Diesel
Maybe
doing? Have
Diesel
you?
just maybe he's playing high school football. Maybe
Oh,
Diesel
good
just
for him.
comes out and starts defending his brother like mercilessly to the press in New York. That'd be awesome.
Good. It's either gonna be Diesel or Jack Sawyer or Will Howard or yeah, that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got.
I'll go Malik Neighbors. We never heard anything from his dad, but Neighbors is like is a big character and he's got a lot to say. So something tells me his dad has a lot to say too.
Sick. I love it. We should whoever gets it right, we'll give you something. Put it in the comments. Put it in the fucking
Yeah.
comments.
Um, I don't have much else to say other than, we're getting close to the end of basketball and Love Island USA is about to be back. So get ready for my
Damn.
Love Island takes.
Noah's really about to have me start watching reality TV.
Love Island
Crazy.
USA, buddy.
I need to finish
And
The Bear season 2 because
oh,
season
okay,
3 is coming out. We can talk
we can
Bear.
talk a little bear for sure. We can talk bear.
We can
Um,
talk Bear.
let's talk bear. Yeah. Well, on that note, I think that'll do it for the pod.
Yeah. Great fucking episode. Um,
Thanks for listening.
like, comment, subscribe. We didn't get any mean comments last pod,
Yeah,
which
we
was kind
requested
of
mean
depressing.
comments.
Yeah. The only mean comment we got kind of was on Spotify, and it was from my girlfriend. So,
What did she
yeah.
say?
She just corrected me about who, I think it was who
Oh,
Kansas City
soccer.
played. Yeah. So,
Oh
not really
man.
mean, kind of mean. She meant to be mean. She's not a mean person, but she meant to be mean. She did what was requested. So,
Yeah, we
shout out
said to
her.
be mean. So
Yeah.
I'm looking at the comment now. I see it.
Oh, and
Yeah.
everyone be ready for, like we said, July 4th. I'm going to be in Seattle. Buddies are going to be in
Yes.
Seattle. The birthday boy, Carter, Dave Tits, Crash, Turbo 23. He is going to do the
Crash.
999 challenge. I'm making him.
Yes.
Um, nine
And
hot
we will
dogs,
get his
nine
thoughts on how the
beers.
challenge went.
Yes. There is a slight modification though. I said he could start before the game, but it has to be a Seattle dog. Full toppings, full everything.
Cream cheese. Yeah.
Yeah.
All the stuff
Seattle
that goes on
dogs,
it.
Seattle dogs are a lot. There's a lot of stuff on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of fat going into it. So we will
Yep.
get his thoughts on how he feels after doing that challenge.
Hmm.
Um, probably on a rooftop doing a little live pod. I think it's
Yep.
going to be fantastic.
It's gonna be a great fucking day. Hopefully Devin's there. I don't you guys haven't seen Devin yet, but Devin will
Yeah,
make it on the
Devin
pod.
Devin Williams Devin Williams is going to be there after blowing another save. He's going to have to join our pod to start making ends meet.
We're gonna pay him in nickels and dimes because he ain't
Yeah.
gonna be worth shit. No, but yeah, Devin.
All right.
Devin's a fan of every single team. Also, just have to put that out there.
Yep.
Yep,
Especially
the
Kansas and
Clippers.
Syracuse and the
Oh, yep,
Clippers. On that note,
and Michael
good
Kidd
night.
Gilchrist.
Good night.
Alrighty, everyone. We'll see you Monday.